Alright guys, Hayzink here, welcome back to the channel for some regularly scheduled content, okay? So in this video, I'm actually going to be clearing up a little bit of a discrepancy in a video I made yesterday about Nero. I've taken that video down, right? I called it his passive is useless. His passive still pretty much is useless. But there was something that I went over in his 6-6 that technically the way it was presented was slightly wrong, so I'm going to clear it up and show you exactly how it works and why ultimately it's still not really as good as it should be. But let's go on into the trial again. Now I have got Nero. I could show you this on my own version, but I'm not going to do that because I'm going to use the infinite battle in trial to show you this functioning basically, right? So if we go to events, we go to limited time experience, and we go to challenge, and in here we go in, we'll have a look at Nero. So what I said about his passive is still accurate, right? So his passive, not that, it's the wrong thing. His passive, you've got a 15-second trigger, okay, to use his counter attack. During that 15 seconds, you'll have more chance of, you'll have a higher rate of parry basically. And if you parry, that is how you trigger the counter basically. But when he has increased parry, okay, you're not going to get a counter attack because you've already used it. So this 15 seconds and this 15 seconds runs simultaneously. So during the period where you've got increased parry rate, you can't get the counter attack. So the passive doesn't really work together, and it is still quite useless in that regard, okay? So that part of the video is unchanged. What is slightly different is here. So with this, when a counter attack is triggered, the crit damage of all allies is increased by an extra 12% for 18 seconds. It stacks up to 4 times, okay? So yesterday what we were discussing was you can't really stack it 4 times. You can stack it 4 times, right? But the mechanic behind this is ridiculous, and it's so small that the opportunity to actually get stacks like that are just rarely ever, if ever, going to happen, right? And we're going to take a look at it just now in an infinite battle. Now remember, this is an infinite battle, right? So we'll see how long it takes to actually happen here, right? But essentially you have a 3-second window, right? Because 15 seconds to trigger the counter attack, then 15 seconds again, right? So during the first 15 seconds you'll get this one time, right? Then 15 seconds later you get another counter attack. If you're lucky, you will at that point put a stack on top of it. It'll reset the timer and you can go again, but you only have that 3-second window. So during that 3-second window you need a lot of things to line up. You need to be getting attacked, you need to counter attack. All of that needs to happen in this very, very, very tiny window of opportunity, right? So let's go and take a look at the reality of what that means, right? So we're just going to run this. It's an endless battle, no one can die. I'll show you what to look for so that you can see it. Hopefully if I, above their heads, right, you'll see the little boxes, and there's one that kind of looks like a fist, right? You'll see it. I'll kind of say it when it appears. And then if it stacks, it gets a 2 next to it, and so on and so forth. So we'll be able to see how quickly, easily it builds up stacks, right? So let's go. We'll just let this run, right? Got it on 4 speed, and I'll try and show you when we get a counter attack and then a parry, right? So if we watch Nero, he's got it just now. If you look just beside the flame, or it was there a second ago, is it still there? No, it's gone now, right? So it's been used up. So no stacks, right? Right, so it's got 2, right? Finally, right, we've got 2. We actually managed to do it there. It just so happened to happen within that window, right? So if you look there, it's went up to 3. I swear to God, guys, this never happens. This never happens. Now it's happening. It's as if they've maybe watched a video and tuned it last night. Wouldn't shock me. Right, so we actually did get it up to 3 there, right? Honestly, it took me about 3 minutes yesterday for that to happen. Let's see if it happens again, right? So we got it one time. That was pretty good. Right, so let's use this endless battle and we'll jump in and we'll see, right? So basically we're looking for the little fist appearing just above his head. There you go. So we've got 1 just now. Let's see if it stacks, right? So we need to wait for the next set of triggers. I think that was maybe a trigger there. I think. It's not stacked. Oh, it did. We got a stack there, right? So we got a stack. Let's see if we can get another stack. The stack's gone, right? So we got one, right? And when, let's be honest, like, you expect that. You'd expect maybe a 25% hit rate on this, right? So let's go again, right? Let's let it keep going. The stacks have gone. That's it. I had to build up again. So it failed to get a stack on that last one. Trying again here just now. Let's see if we can build up a stack. Nope, no stack. Keep going. So again, what basically has to happen here is during that very short window of the stacks fell off, it came back on. During that very small window of like 3 seconds, like I said, you massively need the stars to align, right? You need to be in a position where you are attacking, you are being attacked, you can then trigger your counter attack and it'll fall in that window, you know? It's very difficult to plan for that. So while it is possible to build up 4 stacks, it's highly improbable, right? Because there's just so much that needs to happen in a very small window of time for it to be actual, like, functioning, right? The way that they would basically make this work better is extend that period, because even though the time says 18 seconds, in reality it's not 18 seconds, because you can only do a counter attack once every 15 seconds. So that immediately wipes out 15 seconds of that 18 seconds and you're only left with 3 seconds. So the way that I think would probably be best to make this work is maybe extend it to something like 23 or 24 seconds. And the only reason for saying that is because that would mean that your window is, what, 7-8 seconds for you to be able to actually trigger the stack. And then there is a chance that you are going to get up to 3 and 4 at least semi-regularly. It is a major selling point of the unit, so like I don't see why it would be a big massive problem. We've got up to 2 there anyway. Let's see if we can get to 3. Let's see if in the time that this is recording, because I've been talking for a bit, if we can get to, not fell off again, right? So remember, this is an endless battle. This is just going and going and going and going and going, right? And I think the highest we've got is 2, although I wasn't paying attention. Maybe we got to 3, I don't know. So you mean you can kind of discern from this alone how rare it is going to be that you can get it. The correction that I'm making over yesterday's video is, I said yesterday, you can't get it. You can, right? You actually physically can. The probability of you actually doing it, however, is just so small that I feel like they need to just tune the timings a little bit, right? They need to tune the timings a little bit, because with things like the length of time it takes for an animation and stuff like that, if you pop an EX move, they aren't here. But if you pop an EX move, it messes with the time as well. All these little things kind of factor into how usable or how much of a reality it's going to be that you are able to kind of get this guy at full potential, which would be him having his 4 stacks of this ability, but the window is just so small that it might as well be busted, because you're never really going to see it in real life play, right? Again, this is an endless battle where we've actually played to the point where people are dying and the stacks have not gone above 2, you know? They can go above 2, they can go to 4. It's just in a real world play scenario, is that going to happen? Most likely not, most likely not. So it would be good if they could just tweak the timing a little bit on that to make it a little bit better. They can either reduce the cooldown on doing a counter attack to say 12 seconds, or increase the window where you can get the stack ability from 15 seconds to maybe even, not from 18 seconds to maybe even 20, from maybe even 20, so that you've got a 5-second window to have a chance of triggering this. Yeah, we finally got to 4 stacks. Right, finally. So what, I've been recording for 9 minutes. Yeah, about 9 minutes. And we managed to get it once. I was probably talking for about 3 minutes, so maybe about 5 minutes in this battle, and we managed to get it up to the full 4 stacks once. So it is doable. It's just the window is so small and you need the fates to align so much that how probable is it? Now in a scenario like this, when you're only down to one unit, it's far more likely, because obviously he's the only unit getting hit, so it's more likely he's going to have an opportunity to parry, and his turns are going to be slower and all that type of stuff, so it is more likely that he would be able to trigger it. But again, if I was to come out of here just one more time, quickly go back in, full team, however, and we just let this run for another, say, 30 seconds or a minute, just a minute, right, not too long, you'll see that it won't go above 2, right? I don't expect it to go above 2. So again, it is possible, so that's my correction to yesterday's video. Is it probable in a real world scenario? No, because the timing's too small and it just went to 3. Look at that, look at that. Let's see it go to 4, let's just see it go to 4, come on, let's see it go to 4. Is RNG in the favour in this fight? Is this the one fight? No, it fell off again, right, fell off again. Because they didn't attack during that small window phase, but there you look, 2 seconds later, they attacked. So if they just extended that window just a little bit, it would be perfect. It would be a fantastic ability, it would be perfect. I mean, we're literally talking about tweaking it by seconds, and it would make it absolutely chef's kiss perfect. So, the correction to yesterday's video, you can in fact stack it. It does reset, you can in fact stack it, but that little window, 3 seconds, is too short, need to extend it, right? That's it, that's the crux of this video. Anyway guys, I'm Hayzink, correcting my slightly wrong information, and I'll be back with the next one. Peace.